You can see the judges are in situ. At E, we have Ulrich Neville from Germany. At H, Raphael Seller from France. At C, Edward Duolf du Westerrode from the Netherlands. At M, Maria Collender from Finland. And at B, Isabel Vessels from Great Britain. There you can see this is leg of 4 of 6. And today we bring you the Grand Prix special to music. 7 nations coming forward for this Nations Cup. France out in front at the moment with just 7 points. Germany in second place with 24. Sweden in third with 31. Great Britain in fourth with 35. Then Belgium in fifth with 46. Close behind is the Netherlands on 47, and then in 7th place is the United States of America with 64 points. As I said, this is the halfway stage. We have this Grand Prix special to music, and then straight afterwards the Grand Prix freestyle to music.
With some major competitions
we have 13 combinations coming forward for this Grand Prix special.
Well, but with the individual top scores of Morgan Barbisson
and then we have
of France,
another
France
13 coming forward later on for the freestyle.
But France with a good start of riders here, and we'll be starting off with Belgium into this Grand Prix special for the Luxaflex prize.
So here you can see the current standings with the teams. France way out in front with 7%. As I said, they dominated in the Grand Prix on Thursday with 3 riders in the top 4. Then Germany in second with 24 points. But already the first combination coming forward. This is the start list for the first 9 riders. As I said, we have 13 coming forward for this Grand Prix special to music. From 7 nations. Last to go there, Andrew Gould, just after Emmelie Scholtens and Indian Rock. But first into the arena, it is a rider for Belgium. They were 25th in the Grand Prix with 66.804%. It is an 11-year-old gelding by Chameur. It is Jordine Verwimp and Charma. They competed in Rio and at this year's World Cup final, finishing 11th and 13th place. You can see the crowds really building. Such a fantastic atmosphere in this arena here in Rotterdam. Much buzzier than what we saw on Thursday morning in the Grand Prix. So it'll be interesting to see how the horses deal with that added pressure of having much bigger atmosphere. But into the arena now, it is Jordine Verwimp and Charma for Belgium. I do apologise. It is Amandine Prevost and Quarter Dance for Belgium. They were 20th in the Grand Prix with 69.239. A wonderful start. Very, very expressive in their extended trot. This Grand Prix special much more difficult than what we saw from the Grand Prix. Just a little break in the rhythm there as they headed into the half pass, but wonderful crossing. Really lovely positioning there in the half pass. Nice bend through the body. As I was saying, this test is much more about the differences between collection and the extension. You can see there the passage going straight into the extended trot down the long side. Nice push from behind there in the extended trot. These horses have to be like elastic bands, able to really, really collect and then to extend in a very short space of time. Pretty nice there as well in the half pass to the right. Nice transition as well, and those transitions are marked. So the transitions from the passage to the extended trot and back to the passage. These horses have to be really on the aids. Nice relaxation here in the walk. Really able to take that stretch, and that enables them to have that ground cover that is needed for the big marks. You can see there a really nice over track, good relaxation, good swing through the body in the walk. You can see the horse really, really taking a good stride, and that's carried on there in the walk. And again, a lovely transition up into the piaffe. Nice quality steps, keeping the activity. Quarter dance really is on Amandine's aids, really listening to her. Again, some good quality piaffe steps. The stallion, 13 years old. Good transition up into the canter. In this test, very, very steep canter half passes, sweeping across the arena to B and then back again to the corner marker. A bit of tension there in the mouth. Just lost a bit of the connection to the bridle. Oh, missed a two-time there. That's a shame. The first mistake just creeping in. Now into the ones. Changes themselves though, plenty of airtime, really good ground cover. Again, she's really able to use that whole diagonal line because she's got the ground cover there. 7.5s from all of the judges for the ones. Very nice in the extended canter. Interesting there again, towards the end of the extended canter, just you could see that fiddling with the contacts that we saw at the end of the canter half pass. It's almost like when she puts the brakes on and asks him to collect and reconnect at the end to be able to ask for those flying changes. That's when the tension just creeps in a little bit. Nice in the ones on the centre line. Kept the balance well in the canter pirouette. This horse is really lovely and built uphill. Just fell a little bit onto the shoulder there in that transition back into the trot. So down the final centre line now. Plenty of expression. Good transition into the Piaffe, maintaining that activity, keeping a good rhythm. Travelling a little bit compared to the other two occasions. And unfortunately not quite a square halt there to finish with, but a lovely test from Amandine Prevost and quarter dance for Belgium. We are in personal best territory. A really, really good job. They were 20th on Thursday with 69.239%. 8 riders were on 69%. As I said, in the top 21, there was just 3.6% between first and 21st place. So incredibly, incredibly tight. So we just wait for those scores to be confirmed before we bring them to you. And here they are, 73.085 from E, 70.851 from H, 70.213 from C, 71.702 from M, and 68.936 from B. A personal best for Amandine Prevost and quarter dance. A great start to this competition for Belgium. Belgium are currently sitting in 5th place in the teams, very, very close to the Netherlands. Belgium picking up 46 points and the Netherlands just behind on 47. So I'm sure that that 70.9 is going to help them. So now into the arena it is Lina Uzunhasan and first Fabelhaft. They were 23rd in the Grand Prix with 67.348%. Competed in children and junior classes in Europe. She was born in the United States of America but brought up in Turkey, where her parents originate from. So into the arena now. The first rider for the United States of America, it is Lina Uzunhasan and first Fabelhaft. Quite a brief halt there to start. There is a new rule that the horses have to immobilise for 3 seconds in all of their halts in the tests. That seemed quite quick to me. Lovely and uphill there in the extended trot. Just a little bit of disruption there at the end. Yeah, that's cost her quite dearly 5s for that extended trot from all of the judges. Some nice steps in the half pass. Could just be a little bit more supple. Good activity in the passage. Very nice in the rhythm. Tracking up well in the extended trot. Nice here in the half pass to the right. Better bend through the body, a bit more supple over the back there compared to the half pass to the left. Again, really nice activity here in the passage. She's managing to keep that frame nice and open, keep the pole at the highest point. Just at times you can see the horse playing with the bit a little bit. Just a little bit of tension creeping in, and that is affecting him over the back. Just losing a little bit of the swing and the suppleness that the judges would want to reward the higher marks to. Good relaxation here in the walk. Could maybe for the extra marks just take the contact out a little bit. There was a really lovely stretch. Just at times the horse was curling behind the vertical. A little bit of a break in the rhythm in the transition back into the passage from the piaffe. The piaffe itself needed a bit more activity, seemed to struggle coming in from the walk. Better, oh dear. Some resistance there in the piaffe. That was a shame. Some ones on the test sheet for that. 3 1s and 2 2s. And then, of course, the transition mark was affected as well. So that's really pulled her mark down. She was sitting around 69 on a personal best score. And that's dropped right down to 63 now. And back into these steep half passes. Again, the mouth just slightly open. Slightly better there in the half pass to the left. Yeah, the changes themselves could cover a little bit more ground, which she had a mistake early on in the line. Definitely got better as the line went on, and hopefully that set her up quite nicely for these 1 times coming up now. If you're going to have a mistake in the line, you'd prefer it to be at the beginning so you can make the corrections and then give the horse confidence by doing it correctly, which has paid off in those 1-time changes. Yeah, just started off a little bit modest, and I didn't think she was going to really go for that extended canter, but actually she did about a quarter of the way through. Just could have extended the frame a little bit more. And some issues there in the canter pirouette, just lost the throughness, lost the connection a little bit, and that's cost her again quite dearly. But good 1-time changes down the centre line. Now she just needs to keep that connection, keep that bend through the body better. Just a little, oh dear. Again, the first half much nicer than the second half. Just started pivoting in the second half and just coming a little bit too high. So now down the final centre line. Great energy in the passage. Again, you can see the horse opening his mouth slightly there in the passage. Much better there, especially after the last PF where she was met with quite a lot of resistance. She rode that very, very well there at X. And there we have it for Lina Uzunhasan and First Fabelhaft. Just a few too many mistakes in there today. She was trending on her personal best score. And then with that mistake that she had in that middle piaffe, those ones are very, very costly. A big, big resistance in that piaffe. And that, of course, affected the transition marks as well. But what a cool head this young lady has. Just circled round, asked for a few more steps, and here you can see the highlights. Some really, really lovely moments. Again, those canter pirouettes just pulling her score down as well. And here we have it, E 65.532, H 64.149, C 64.894, at M 63.723, and at B 64.681. A total score of 64.596%. She did really well to get those ones after she made the mistake in the two-time changes at the beginning. So now into the arena, it is the second rider for the United States of America. It is Kevin Kohmann and Jönsson. They finished 19th in the Grand Prix, 69.326%.
European appearance here as part of the squad, have been past part of teams for the US on home soil in Florida once again.
Great to see so many young riders representing the United States of America. They're currently sitting in 7th place in the Nations Cup with 64 points. So into the arena now, it is Kevin Kohmann and Jönsson for the United States of America. Some nice steps in the extended trot. A lot of the horses just being a little bit spooked in that corner by Kay today. As I said, the atmosphere wasn't anywhere near as much as it is today. A lot more people around the edge of the arena today, just upsetting a few of the horses so far. Bit of a head tilt there in the trot half pass. I'd like to see a lot more submission to the bend. Their personal best in this test is 69.830. Again, just getting a little bit tight there towards the end of the extended trot. Started off really beautifully. Unfortunately, just getting the aids a little bit confused there, a bit of a miscommunication. Well saved from Kevin. Those half passes are double coefficient, so 4 across the board from all of the judges. Again, him quite dearly in his overall scores. Better this time in the extended trot. Staying with Kevin much more there. Nicely opening the frame as well as the stride length there. Tracking up here in the walk. Nice stretch towards the end. Was just a little bit curling over at the first half and just looks a little bit hurried in the walk. Just needs to maintain a more regular rhythm. Again, losing the fluency from the piaffe into the passage. Yeah, that piaffe thinking a lot more forward. The first piaffe, he was just thinking a little bit behind Kevin's aids. Better bend through the body here in the canter half pass than he managed to get in the trot half passes. Just needs to be careful. Yeah, we saw in the trots that he had a bit of a head tilt in the half pass to the left in the trot. Mistake behind in that second two-time change. Now into the ones. Bit of swinging, especially in the left change. Much more consistent. Yeah, nice steps in the extended canter, really opening up. Well ridden into the canter pirouette. Managed to keep the connection and that bend through the body. Again, we can see a little bit of swinging in those one-time changes. Nowhere to hide with those coming down the centre line. And again, pretty nice balance there in the canter pirouette to the right. Was definitely grown in confidence as this test has gone on. Couldn't quite maintain that level of energy into the transitions in the piaffe and back out again. Into his final halt now, and it's a good one from Kevin Kohmann and Duancy for the United States of America. Really clawed back some marks from those early mistakes.
Combination for the USA, our second of this Grand Prix special. Kevin Kohmann there and the 40-year-old.
Just those mistakes. He had the break into canter in the trot half pass to the right. Scored 4s from the judges for that. That was rather expensive. Then, of course, the mistake in the two-time changes. Here's the score, 67.298%. Into second place there for Kevin Kohmann, 65.745 from E, 68.298 from H, 67.979 from C, 66.277 from M, and 68.191 from the judge at B. So 2 scores already for the United States of America. 1 from Belgium, and we have Germany next into the arena.
Winner in Budapest, the Grand Prix special there, and onto the team's head to Germany's Franziska Stieglmaier now with the 12.
That lovely canter pirouette to finish with for Kevin. Big pats for Dunnensee. That's into the arena now. It is the first competitor for Germany. It is Franziska Stieglmaier and Samurai, a 12-year-old gelding by Samret Jr. They were 15th in the Grand Prix, 69.783%. So the first rider for Germany, Franziska Stieglmaier, and the lovely Samurai. Germany second in the team standings with 24 points. France are way out ahead with 7 points. Some nice steps in the extended trot, but like the horse a couple ago, we can see quite a lot of fiddling with the bit. You want to see the horses taking a really nice, consistent contact. Has a great energy in the arena. Oh, just a break in the rhythm there. It's just maybe pushing a little bit too much into the extended canter there. Sorry, extended trot. Breaking into the canter. Managed to get it back though to ride a really good transition back into the passage. Nice bend through the body there in the half pass, nice reach. But again, still some issues with the contact. Just needs to watch that she keeps the balance on the hind leg as well in those extended trots. Sometimes you can just see it going a little bit onto the shoulder. Lovely relaxation in the extended walk, taking a really good stretch, walking through the body. You can see a good over track there. And that rhythm maintained through into the collective walk. Yeah, a good transition into Piaf. Just got a little bit long in the first couple of steps before she was really able to connect him and get that collection. Enthusiastic into the canter. Now into these steep half passes. Just needs to watch the straightness there as she came back. Looking a little bit quarters leading there in the half pass to the left. Again, we can see some unsteadiness in the contact there in the two-time changes, but the changes themselves were pretty good. Oh, that's a shame. Going very well until that last change just missed the last one and popped a 2 in. 5s from the judges for that line. Some nice steps in the extended canter. It was just coming a little bit tight in the neck and just dropping the pole a little bit. In the extended canter, you want to see them extending the frame as well as the stride length. Nice into the canter pirouette to the left. Just at times throughout this canter, you can see the balance just tipping a little bit onto the shoulder rather than maintaining the uphill frame. Nice in the first half. Yeah, better canter pirouette there to the right. Much, much better balance. Good energy here in the passage. Yeah, better into that Piaf. Much better connection, which then helped the horse stay together a lot more. Just step back into that final halt, unfortunately, but a great job from Franziska Stieglmaier and Samurai. Trending around 68%. They finished 15th in the Grand Prix with 69.783. And it is 68.298 today, 67.979 from E, 69.149 from H, 69.255 from C, 67.234 from M, and 67.872 from the judge at B. So that puts them into second place in these early stages of this Grand Prix special. We've seen 4 horse and rider combinations already, 2 from the USA, 1 from Belgium, and this rider from Germany. 2 more to go before we head into a short break. We have a rider from Sweden and another rider from Belgium to come forward. As we watch back the highlights for Franziska. Some really lovely work. A nice canter pirouette, especially the pirouette to the right. Very, very well ridden. But next into the arena, it is Emma Jönsson and Guillaume for Sweden. It's a 12-year-old gelding by Jazz out of a Don Pomero mare. They were 14th in the Grand Prix, 69.869%. So in now for Sweden, it is Emma Jönsson and Guillaume. A very tall, leggy, expressive horse. Just getting a little bit tight over the back in the extended trot. Some really, really huge ground covering steps. And that's carried on here into the half passes. Another horse with great energy in the arena. Lovely lift in the passage. This horse has such a great ability to really, really collect and then push out into those extended paces. Just needed a little reminder there in the transition from extended trot back into the passage. A personal best in this test, 71.979. Enormous reach in those half passes. Plenty of 7.5s and a few 8s for the trot work so far. And good relaxation in this walk. Nice to see that this horse can have so much energy and power in the walk, in the trot, and then come into a lovely relaxed walk. Tracking up, could see a little bit more over track for the higher marks. Just needed to be thinking a little bit more forward there in the piaffe. You can see the horse getting a little bit tight over the back, especially at the beginning of the piaffe there. Just needs to keep that connection. better this time. Again, great reach in these half passes. Lovely there in the half pass to the left. Just had a little bit more bend through the body in the half pass to the left. Nicely coming into those two-time changes. Just a mistake creeping in, preventing them from getting those marks, 5s and a 5.5. Better there, coming into the 1s, 7s across the board from the judges. Power in the extended canter. Could just have extended the frame a little bit in the canter. The judges really appreciating that power. 4 3/8 and 2 7.5s. Pretty nice balance in the canter pirouette to the left. Nicely centred in the right, much better through the body in that canter pirouette to the right. So coming down now, the final centre line. Maintaining that energy throughout the whole test. Doesn't seem to be tired at all. We just want to see the hind leg coming more underneath him in the piaffe. And there we have it for Emma Jönsson and Geryon from Sweden. It's incredibly close. Has she done enough to go into the lead? The score to beat so far is 70.957. That is of Amandine Prevost and quarter dance. It's going to be close. It's going to be breaking into 70%. They scored 69.896 in the Grand Prix, and she has 70.362. Into second place, 69.894 from E, 70.745 from H, 71.489 from C, 70.319 from M, and 69.362 at B. So second place just behind Amandine Prevost for Belgium and quarter dance. One more competitor left to come forward before the break. It is another rider for Belgium.
Nam in augustus vorig jaar deel aan het wereldkampioenschap in Henning, Denemarken namens België.
Vanderborne and the rider from Belgium now, 50-year-old by
lovely right canter pirouette, scoring really well, great balance, a really good job, well ridden by Emma. So So next into the arena, it is Laura Vanderborne and Ikpia Bergerhov, and she was 16th in the Grand Prix, 69.718. This is a 15-year-old gelding by Saint-Amour out of a Donegal mare, a Belgian warm blood. So into the arena for Belgium, it is Laura Vanderborne and Ikpia Bergerhov. Some nice steps in front here in the extended trot. Needs more from behind. Just getting a little bit tight over the back and losing that suppleness to the bend. Another little disruption in the rhythm there at C as she asked for the passage. Slightly better coming from behind in the extended trots this time. Yeah, much better bend through the body and the half pass to the right. Again, both half passes double coefficients. Yeah, those extended trots down the long side, much better coming from behind than that of the one across the diagonal. Still could have a little bit more push. Just take the contact out a little bit more in that extended walk. Good relaxation, and again a little bit of tension there in the contact as she picks up into the collected walk. Nicely ridden up into the piaffe. Better piaffe this time. Still again a bit of tension in the mouth. good positioning in the canter half pass. And into the twos. Oh, just a mistake there, and again very expensive in those twos. The actual changes themselves were pretty nice, quite a lot of airtime, keeping that uphill tendency, just not quite on her aids enough. Better there in the ones. Seen quite a few riders already that have had mistakes in the twos, but therefore ridden much better one-time changes. Quite modest in the extended canter. Yeah, just lost that balance on the hind leg in that canter pirouette, was quite flat. Again, mistakes in the ones down the centre line, but much better in the canter pirouette to the right. Much better balance. So coming down the final centre line now, the final rider in this first half of this Grand Prix special to music. Much better in the Piaffe there, attacks. The best Piaffe of the test. There she comes into the final halt, and unfortunately not a still one, but it was square there for Laura Vanderborne and Pia Bergerhoff. A little powerhouse of a horse there by Saint-Amour. Just a few mistakes there creeping in, which really pulled them from getting that high mark. Mistakes in the one times down the centre line, and of course those two-time changes. As I said, the Piaffe on the final centre line was the best Piaffe of the test. That scored 4 sevens and a 6.5. Just at times you could see the horse playing a little bit with the bit, a little bit of resistance creeping in. Could have just been a little bit more soft over the back. Again, there you can just see the horse creeping behind the bit, not really taking that contact forward. So we're just waiting for one judge to confirm their marks before we bring that to you. Scored 69.718 in the Grand Prix. Unfortunately not going to be quite near that today. So you can see the harrows coming in now to harrow the arena. Actually, you can see a score there on the bottom left-hand corner. It is 66.553, and into fifth place, 68.298 from E, 67.447 from H, 67.447 from C, 64.149 from M, and 65.426 from B.
Score of 66. 66.553.
So a total score of 66.553. And fifth place there for Laura Vanderborne. And here you can see the current standings. Amandine Prevost and Quarter Dance out in the lead at the moment for Belgium, 70.957. That's the score to beat. We are halfway through this Grand Prix special to music here at the Rotterdam CHIO. We have got another 7 riders to come forward in the second half. So make sure you join us back in just a few moments' time at 4:37 local time, 3:37 British time for the rest of the action.
En diverse maatschappelijke projecten willen zij voor veel kinderen een verschil maken en ze kansen bieden die voor deze kinderen niet vanzelfsprekend zijn. Elke schooldag worden in Rotterdam meerdere werken als een paard, lessen of excursies georganiseerd. Maar ook tijdens de schoolvakanties vinden er excursies plaats. In alle projecten van werken als een paard zit een rode lijn. Namelijk de wereld van kinderen vergroten en ze zelf een plek in deze wereld te laten ontdekken. Want in elke situatie, in welke situatie je ook bent, als je werkt als een paard, kun je veel bereiken. En dames en heren, inmiddels is de opbrengst bekend en we gaan over tot de overhandeling van de cheque. Het bedrag wat is opgehaald en geeft u daarvoor eens een mooi applaus, €1.140. Nou, u ziet het, CEO-directeur Ron Voskuilen, u zag hem net in zijn scheidsrechterspak, dat heeft hij weer verwisseld. Ook hier aanwezig, Luc Vermeijeren van Puissance, overal de cheque aan Marleen Warmerdam namens Werken als een Paard. Fantastisch initiatief hier bij het CIO Rotterdam, €1.140, Werken als een Paard. Mooi, dames en heren, en natuurlijk dank voor uw steun, dank voor het kopen van de loten. En succes! Dames en heren, zoekt u uw plaatsje weer op hier op de mooie tribunes in het Kralingse Bos bij het CIO Rotterdam. Over een minuut, 2 minuten gaan we verder met ons programma met de volgende groep in deze Luxaflex-prijs. De FEI Dressage Nations Cup of the Netherlands. Luxaflex, het meest geliefde raambekledingsmerk in Nederland. Luxaflex levert al ruim 70 jaar duurzame raamdecoratie en zonwering die sfeerbepalend zijn voor ieders interieur.
Welcome back to the second half of this FEI Dressage Nations Cup here in Rotterdam. This is the Grand Prix special to music. We've had 6 horse and rider combinations coming forward so far, but this is the second half, and we welcome our Nation Cup leader in. It is France. And this is Alexandre Ayache, and he's riding Jolene, an 11-year-old mare by Jönsson. They finished 13th in the Grand Prix with a score of 70.087%. They competed in Tokyo, finished 34th there. Alexandre has also competed at the 2014 World Equestrian Games and at the European Championships in 2021 in Hagen. That was on a different horse. But this time he brings forward Jolene. France sitting at the top of the Nations Cup with 7 points. He was actually the drop score with 70.087, which just shows you how strong France are in this competition. So it is coming into the arena now. Alexandre Ayache and Jolene. Just a few little breaks in the rhythm at the beginning, much better towards the end. Good ground cover. Lovely reach here in the half passes. Just at times creeping a little bit behind the vertical line, just getting a little bit tight over the back and through the neck there. Much better there in the extended trot. Maybe just pushed a little bit too much in that first one, lost the balance, and the rhythm just kept breaking a little. Better here in the passage. Needs to be careful here in the rhythm in the passage. Much better there in the extended trot. Nicely opening the frame as well. Great ground cover in those. Nice overtrack in the extended walk. Good relaxation through and really taking that contact down and out. Good preparation into the piaffe. Again, they're just needing to be a bit careful of the rhythm. Good transition up into the canter. Yeah, fairly nice into the half pass to the right. They're equal both to the left and to the right, which is lovely to see. As I said on Thursday, a lot of horses like us, you know, we're either left-handed or right-handed. They have one way which they prefer to do the lateral work. But nice and balanced there through those two half passes. And a little mistake just creeping in the 2 times changes. Only 3 of the 5 judges picking up on that. Much better into the ones. Some nice air time in those changes. Preparation into the canter pirouette. Just dropped him slightly in that last step as he asked for the canter pirouette. Just lost a bit of the activity, but managed to bring it back well for the canter pirouette itself. I think it could have been better if he'd have gone in with a little bit more better preparation this time. Much better in the canter pirouette there to the right. An 8 from the judge at C for that, right under their noses. There's Ulrich Neville from Germany at C. And they've got a combination best score of 70.426%. It's sitting around 69. I'm not sure they're going to be able to break into the 70% today, but if they don't, they're going to be only just a smidgen off. And there we have it for Alexandre Ayache and Jolene for France. A really wonderful job. Well ridden by Alexandre. Just that little mistake in the flying changes down the centre line in between the canter pirouettes, and those mistakes as well in the line of 2 time changes. But apart from that, a really lovely consistent test. That second canter pirouette to the right, picking up some high marks. and 8, 7.5s. Now we have it 70.319 from E, 68.617 from H, 69.468 from C, 70.957 from M, and 67.553 from B. That puts him into third place at the moment with 69.383%.
83 into third place so far for Alexandre Ayache and Jolie from France. Final scores as we continue through. Amandine Prevost of Belgium with the quarter dance. The leading scores so far 70.957. Emmelie Jönsson of Sweden 70.362 and Alexandre Ayache to third.
En daar zien we de volgende combinatie binnenkomen namens Groot-Brittannië, dames en heren.
Next into the arena we have a rider for Great Britain. It is Anna-Louise Ross and she rides the lovely mare Habouche. It's an 11-year-old by Ampere, KWPN, owned by Anna-Louise Ross and Marcello Tossi, an event rider from Brazil who is Anna's partner. Anna runs Elite Dressage down in Devon in the UK alongside Elite Stallions, who have such a great breeding programme for the UK. This mare herself has done a lot of embryo transfers and has a lot of young produce that Anna will be bringing up. It's a great setup where Elite Stallions produce the foals and then send them across to Anna to produce. They have lots of lovely young horses for sale, and Anna has an expert eye at matching horses to the perfect rider, and the other way around. They were 18th in the Grand Prix, 69.478%. It is Anna-Louise Ross and Habouche. A little bit wide and not quite square behind in that first initial halt. This mare's still fairly new to this level. Can get a little bit hot, but really kept it together well in the Grand Prix. Lovely bend through the body here in the half pass to the left. Super reach. Nice activity in the passage. Oh, that's a shame. Miscommunication there into the extended trot. Well recovered from Anna. Yeah, just pulled down those transition marks. Marks between a 4 and a 6.5. Reach there in the half pass to the right. Slightly better actually in the right to the left. Much better there in the transition into the extended trot. See how much of a powerhouse this young mare is. Anna's done a really great job of producing her. As I said, she can get very, very hot, and just Anna giving her that experience under these big atmospheres is really, really paying off. Great relaxation here in the extended walk. Nice clear over track. Really nice in that stretch down and out. Holly really taking the rein. Combination best of 69.213. So sitting very, very close to that. Just struggling a little bit into the piaffe there from the walk. Was just getting a little bit behind Anna's aids. Better now into the passage. Let's hope she can keep that activity into this second piaffe. Better. Still got to think nice and forward in the piaffe, although it wants to be a lot more on the spot. It's still a forward thinking movement. So that piaffe just dropping her down 67.9. See if she can make it up in the canter. Lovely fluency there in the, a little bit late into that change at B. Just lost the balance going into it. Better there at H. Anna asked for the change, didn't quite come off, and then had to re-ask just as she came into the second half pass. Lovely uphill changes, really nice in the frame, plenty of air time. Lovely and forward. 4.7s and a 7.5 as she comes into the ones. Oh no. Oh, that's going to be expensive. 4s and 3s from the judges. That's a real shame. They started off so well. Turbo definitely kicked in there for the extended canter. Let's hope she can get these ones. Oh, and again, mistakes in the ones. Just getting a little bit too much. There in the canter pirouette. It's almost like Holly's trying a little bit too hard for Anna and just getting a little bit confused. This mare is still just 11 years old and still very new to this level. So plenty to come in the future. They had a really nice clear round in the Grand Prix, but unfortunately too many mistakes creeping in today in this Grand Prix special to stop them from getting close to that 70% mark. Some really lovely work though, really, really promising for the future. There we have it for Anna, Louise Ross and her bouche. Lots of pats there for Holly as she's known to her friends. Yes, as I said, a few too many mistakes today. Mistakes in the line of one-time changes, across the diagonal and the ones down at the centre line. 4s and 3s from the judges for that. Also into that piaffe from the walk. And of course that little break in the first extended trot down the long side after the massage. 65.426 from E, 68.191 from H, 67.979 from C, 67.660 from M, and 66.489 from B. A total score of 67.149%. And into 6th place there for Anna-Louise Ross and Bouche for Great Britain. So after the Grand Prix, we saw France out in the lead in the teams. Germany was second with 24 points, behind France with just 7. Sweden sitting with 31. Great Britain was in 4th with 35 points. Anna-Louise, their first rider to go. Belgium was in 5th, 46 points. The Netherlands in 6th with 47. So very close between Belgium and the Netherlands. And the United States of America sitting in 7th place with 64. So now we have the second rider for Sweden. It is Marina Mattsson and Helix. They were 6th in the Grand Prix, 71.761%. Came up through the youth classes since 2007. It's a double bronze medalist from the 2015 European Youth Championships. This is an 11-year-old gelding by Apache out of a Jazz mare. The second combination to come forward for Sweden. So into the arena now. It is Marina Mattsson and Helix for Sweden. It's coming up with a technical penalty. She could have taken a little bit too long to get into the arena. That's a real shame. That's going to cost her dearly. 47.5% because of the delay getting in. And a very, very expressive horse. Long, elegant legs. Huge reach across in those half passes. Nice lift in the passage, keeping a good rhythm. Could just be a little bit softer over the back. Could see the horse just coming a little bit tight in the neck in the passage. Into the half pass to the right. Yeah, for me, I'd like to see a bit more submission to the bend in the half pass right. Just seems to be holding himself in the back a little bit. swing there in the passage. Plenty of expression in this collective work. And just managing to maintain the activity as well as that lift in the passage. Good relaxation in the walk. This test nice and consistent so far. Looking like it could be enough to go into the lead. Also just backing off the rider's aids there into the Piaffe. Some nice steps still. Scoring between 6 and 7 from the judges for that. Again, some lovely steps in the Piaffe. 2 7s, 2 7.5s and an 8. And scoring well in the transition mark as well. The lift is really well matched in forelimb to the hind limb. Maintaining that lovely uphill frame through into the canter work. Lovely there, especially in the half pass to the left. Just slightly softer into the bend. Ground covering these flying changes. Well ridden. Mistakes, unfortunately, in the line of one-time changes. That's a real pity. First real mistake that they've made. Good balance there in the canter pirouette. Just needs to keep going round the whole pirouette. Just fell a little bit onto the shoulder, just lost the balance 3/4 of the way through. Didn't quite keep the fluency in those changes down the centre line either. Again, nicely into the canter pirouette. So coming down the final centre line. really maintained such a great energy throughout the test. So coming down into their final halt now in this lovely passage. Plenty of eights. And into the final halt there for Marina Mattsson and Helix. It's looking like it might be a personal best. Have lost some marks from coming into the arena a little bit late, which is such a shame because although they've scored their personal best, it could have been even higher. Just those mistakes in the lines of one-time changes which pulled that score down. But I think we might have a new leader. A very, very smart test from this young rider. Of course, just 11 years old as well. And she's into the lead, 71.798%, 73.117 at E, 73.011 at H, 71.521 at C, 71.415 at M, and 69.926 from the judge at B.
For the Swedish rider to lead at this stage of the
so that could have been up around the 73% if she hadn't have come late into the arena, and potentially even higher without those mistakes as well.
Right, who was second in the competition earlier on this week in the Grand Prix, Pauline Basquin now, and the third-year-old Sartorius Louise Ross for the next of the combinations.
So next into the arena, it is a combination for France.
The World Championships last year and competed here previously too in Rotterdam.
They were second yesterday in the Grand Prix. Sorry, not yesterday, on Thursday in the Grand Prix. 72.5 held the lead for a very long time. A beautiful, consistent test. It is Pauline Basquin and Sartorius Stieglmaier Z IFCE. They were 38th at the World Championships in Herning last year. 13-year-old gelding by Sandra Hitt. Really important for them to get another good, clear round today in this Grand Prix special to help keep France at the top of the Nations Cup leaderboard. So into the arena now. It is the second rider for France, Pauline Basquin and Sartorius Stieglmaier Z IFCE. What I loved so much about watching this partnership in the Grand Prix was just how harmonious they were. Everything looked so easy. She maintained such a beautiful frame throughout the whole test, and it was incredibly harmonious. Not the biggest moving horse that we have seen in this competition, but everything is just so correct and so well ridden. They're not throwing away any marks. Again, seamless transitions from the passage into the piaffe in a lovely light contact, really nice in the frame. You can see her extending the frame as well as the stride length. Just has such a great ability to do those transitions from extreme collection into the extensions. And then comes with the lightness into the half passes. and easy transitions, keeping the pole up at the highest point and the nose in front of the vertical. No surprise that they get lovely relaxation in the walk. Not the biggest walk that we've seen, but again, very, very correct. Tracking up in the walk. For the higher marks, you'd want to see more over track in the walk, but maintaining the walk rhythm. And a lovely transition into Piaf. Everything just looking really seamless, really easy. And that's what dressage is all about, isn't it? Just making everything look effortless. A lot of people say that dressage riders don't really have to do much, and actually I think that's the biggest compliment that a dressage rider can receive. If you're sitting up there and you make it look easy, then that's when you know you're doing something right, because it really isn't easy. Ridden into the canter half passes. Slightly better bend through the body in the half pass to the left. Again, very correct into those 2-time changes. Not the biggest changes, not the most expressive changes, but just really lovely and correct. Oh, that's a real shame. Mistakes in that line of ones. The first mistake that we've seen from this partnership for the whole competition. Just drop them down a percentage mark. Still enough to keep them in the lead. Little bit big into that canter pirouette maybe. And again, mistakes in that line of ones as well. Yeah, nice. So she's just dropped down now to 72.8%. Was on 74 before those mistakes. Can she pick up some more marks down this final centre line? 4 7.5s and a 7 for the extended trot. Lovely here in the passage. Now we have the Piaf, which is a double coefficient. Very nice. 7s from the judges and 7.5s and 8s for the transition. She is in personal best territory for this Grand Prix special. And a lovely halt to finish with for Pauline Basquin and Sartorius de Rima Z IFC. Can she do enough to creep up over 73%? She's surely done enough to take the lead. The score to beat at the moment is 71.798%. That is of Marina Mattsson and Helix, who we saw just a moment ago. But surely Pauline has done enough. Just those mistakes in both lines of one-time changes, which cost her a lot of marks. She was sitting around 74-75% before she headed into the canter. And there you can see a score. She's gone into the lead. It's 73.468%. That's the new score to beat. She held the lead for such a long time yesterday. 72.766 at E, 74.787 from H, 72.979 from C, 73.830 from M, and 72.979 from B. So total score there of 73.468%. A really lovely test. Some really great moments. As I said, nice and consistent, very correct throughout the test. Just those mistakes in both lines of one-time changes, they really cost her dearly. Otherwise, I think it would have been around 74-75%. But still, a personal best score of 73.468, the new score to beat. There you can see the current standings. We've just got 3 competitors left to come forward. And now into the arena, it is a rider for Germany, Anna-Christina Abbelen and Sam Donoghue. They were 12th in the Grand Prix, 70.217%. 16-year-old gelding by Samarant and out of a Donoghue mare. Anna-Christina has come up through ponies and is a multi-medalist. Another very big, powerful horse. So lovely to see so many young riders here at the CHIO. Great reach here in the half pass. Really gliding across the arena there. Rhythm in the passage. Personal best score of 72.383 for this combination. Bend through the body there. Yeah, nice bend in the preparation, but actually didn't quite maintain that throughout the whole of the half pass. You could see just a little bit of a head tilt starting to creep in. And here in the extended trot, some really nice steps, but the horse just coming behind the vertical slightly. You want to see, like the last horse and rider combination, the pole maintained at the highest point and the horse to be on the vertical line. Good here in the extended walk. Nice over track. See a little bit of anticipation there into the piaffe. Again, the horse just dropping his pole slightly. Just needs to ride it up from behind. This horse very long. You can see how much room there is behind the saddle. Very, very long in the back, which makes it harder to connect from the hind leg into the bridle. A little bit late to the aids in the canter transition. Better there through the body in the canter half pass to the right. Big flying changes there, plenty of air time, very, very expressive. Into the ones, again maintaining that nice uphill tendency. Keeping that expression, some really, really lovely one-time changes there. The bell has been rung. I think blood has been detected in the mouth. What a shame. That was going really, really well. It can happen. The judge has got her tissue, she's just going to check. Just show the rider. Oh, that's a real shame. So elimination there for Anna-Christina Abbelen and Sam Donoghue. It's so easily done. They can just bite their tongue, get a small nick. But there we have it for Anna-Christina Abbelen and Sam Donoghue. So their score will now be taken out from the Nations Cup. It will be the drop score. So that puts a little bit more pressure on the other German riders.
Scores so far coming into the last stages of this.
So two more riders to come forward now for this special. One rider from the Netherlands and another rider from Great Britain.
Marina Mattsson of Sweden on 71.7 and 1982nd, and Amandine Prevost of Belgium on time here at 7.957. All three at the top of their performances together on the stage. You see them sadly heads on out, but all done in the best welfare of the horses, and they'll be back for more at a later date. So it is still the leading combination for France. Pauline Basquin and Sartorius still Prix,
So still in the lead, Pauline Basquin and Sarah Torres de Rima ZIFC. They're in the lead, 73.468%. That's the score to beat. The next rider due in at 25 minutes past. So can come in at any time from now. It's the first combination for the Netherlands.
Combination coming up next is for the Netherlands. Finished third in the Grand Prix earlier on this week with Emmelie Scholtens. Now heading on in as the next for the Netherlands.
Blij dat ze weer terug is, dames en heren, na haar blessure. Gisteren derde plaats Emmelie Scholtens en Indian Rock. KWPM gekeurd in Oldenburg en bij KWPM.
So it is Emmelie Scholtens and Indian Rock now into the arena. They were third in the Grand Prix with 72.478%. This is a 10-year-old stallion by Apache out of a Vivaldi mare. They, of course, competed at the World Championships in Herning just last year. 17th in the Grand Prix, 15th in the Special, making it through to the freestyle final where they finished 14th. That was just when he was 9 years old. Competed his father, Apache, at the 2018 World Equestrian Games and the World Cup Finals in 2019. It is Emmelie Scholtens for the Netherlands riding Indian Rock. I'm just looking through my start list for the freestyle, and we've had some withdrawals from the Dutch team. So we've had a withdrawal from Hans-Peter Minderhund and Marleen van Boorlen. So just two riders left on the Dutch team. That might mean that they are out of contention for the Nations Cup. A strong start from this combination, a really promising young stallion. So much energy, so much power and lift in this passage. Able to extend in those extended trots. Lots of 8s on the scoreboard today. We just saw some mistakes creeping in the Grand Prix. They weren't at their best, but today they're much, much better, much more how we would expect them to come out at this competition. Looking down the start list before the competition started, I thought that these guys would be our clear winners, and just some mistakes in the two-time changes on Thursday, the change in between the pirouettes. PF wasn't quite as strong as it usually is, but looking much more on form today. Energy throughout the passage and extended trots. Piaf still yet to come. Lovely relaxation in the walk. Clearly tracking up there. Nice in the contact, really taking that stretch down and out. Some 8s for the walk. Just didn't quite stay in front of her aides there in the Piaffe. That's the lowest score we've seen so far, actually. 2 6s and a 6.5 plus 2 7s. Better this time. Again, this horse still just 11 years old. So we have to bear that in mind. Getting great reach in these half passes in the canter. Our first 9 for that half pass to the right. A bit higher than the other judges, they had it on 7.5. And into the 2s. Huge amounts of expression in these changes. .5s for the 2s as they come into the 1s. Loads of expression there. You can just see the swinging, and that's what prevents them from getting a lot higher than an 8. Balance around those canter pirouettes, very well centered. Another 9 and 4 8s. So much airtime in those changes, but a mistake there, the first mistake that we've seen. Canter pirouette right, not quite as good in my opinion as the canter pirouette to the left. 8s across the board for the canter pirouette right. This is going to be a very good score. At the moment it's enough to go into the lead. Lost a little bit of the balance going into the Piaffe, but well ridden by Emmelie, regained it very, very well. Could just see him getting a little bit long in those last couple of steps going into it, but she managed to pull him back together. And there we have it from Emmelie Scholtens and Indian Rock. A huge applause from the crowd. Our first 9s that we've seen so far today. 9s for the half pass, 9s for the centre line, and a 9 for the... I'm sure there was another one. No, just the 2 9s, but still an amazing, amazing test. Much more what we were expecting to see on Thursday in the Grand Prix. Just some mistakes creeping in on Thursday, but managed to definitely correct those mistakes today and pull it out the bag. This horse has so much expression, just showing a few green moments in the Piaffe and those one-time changes. The 77.979 at E74.894, C74.362, M75.106, and at B 75.5 at 3-2. A total score there and into the lead with a combination best score of 75.575%.
10 jaar oud. KNWN geregistreerd. Zoon van Negro Mountain en Andrew Gould.
Final combination is for Great Britain, Andrew Gould and Negro.
Great to see those highlights from such a lovely test. Very, very exciting for the Dutch team heading into the Europeans this year and, of course, into the Olympics next year in Paris. Here you can see the current standings, just one combination left to go. So that rider is from Great Britain, this last combination. But you can see there the Netherlands out in the lead, France in second place. But it is Andrew Gould and Indigro last to go in this Grand Prix special. It's a 10-year-old stallion by Negro out of a Jazz mare owned by Tatiana Skillman. This combination had great success in the UK, but relatively new to International Grand Prix. It is Andrew Gould and Indigro. Nice correction from Andrew at the beginning of that extended trot. You could just see the horse drop the pole a little bit and Andrew saying, no, come on, stay up, stay with me. I said earlier, nice to see so many young riders, but it's also lovely to see so many young horses as well. And like I just said, Indian Rock, an exciting prospect for the Europeans this year and next year, but great to see these 10-year-olds out as well, starting their International Grand Prix careers. Good energy here in the Passage. Better there in the frame in the extended trot. Overtracking beautifully there. I think maybe just a little bit hurried, and again I think that's going to take a little bit of time as this horse gets stronger and more established. Personal best of 72.872 for Andrew in this test, and already sitting at 72.8. Finding those transitions really, really easy. It's also great to see how relaxed these horses are in this big atmosphere as well. There's a lot of people around the arena, creating such a great atmosphere, but these horses managing to remain nice and calm and relaxed in the arena. We just saw one at the very beginning of this class getting a little bit hot. Andrew just needs to watch the rhythm here, especially in this collected walk. Really nice into the PF. 3 7.5s and 2 8s. Score just dropping down because of the collected walk. Such a nice piaffe. So many 8s. You can see that score jumping up already just from those couple of movements. Lovely in the transitions as well. And let's hope he can keep it together in the canter and get a really great score for Great Britain. A few mistakes from Anna Ross earlier with her bouche. Didn't quite get the score she would have wanted. A few too many mistakes in the test. Nicely ridden there in the canter half pass. Into the 2s. Nicely done. Oh, I think I must have missed something there. 5s and 5.5 from the judges. There must have been a mistake right at the beginning. Bit of swinging here in the 1s. I think one of them was a little bit together behind as well. Yeah. That's a shame. That's really going to bring his score back down again. It's a bit like a yo-yo, isn't it? Plenty of power there in the extended canter. Very small, just lost a bit of the activity. Better there in the 1s. Still a bit of swinging, so that's definitely something that Andrew is going to be working on. Also just needs to work on those canter pirouettes a little bit. 6.5s, 7s for the canter pirouette to the left. They were just a little bit flat, just needs to work on that balance on the hind leg. So the horse can come up and come around the canter pirouette. This is where he scores well, in this passage and the piaffe. Yeah, 8s and 8.5. 8s for the transitions. So remember, a PB of 72.8. Can they get to that? Still sitting in 3rd place. Not quite square into that final halt. But a great job from Andrew Gould and Indigro for Great Britain. Such a shame about those lines of changes. Very, very costly. The marks were just going up and down and up and down. It was around 73, 74% and came down because of the walk rhythm in the collected walk especially, and then back up it went after the piaffe and the passage, and then back down again after those mistakes in both lines of changes. And now it's creeping slightly back up because of that last centre line. So where is Andrew going to finish? Has he done enough to get into the top 3 and get into prize giving? He has 72.17. Into third place, 72.553 from the judge at E, 72.34 at H, 71.702 from C, 72.234 at M, and at B, 72.021. Very consistent from all of the judges there, and what a great horse for the future.
At 72.170.
So a 10-year-old and 11-year-old in the top three. So that's it for the Grand Prix special. Here you can see the final result. Emmelie Scholtens out in the lead, 75.575. Pauline Basquin, 73.468 in second. And Andrew Gould in third, 72.17. Then we can see Sweden in the top six. Two riders in the top six there. Germany with a rider in 8th place. Anna Ross down in 10th place there. Some really, really great tests that we have seen this afternoon, and we've still got the freestyle left to go. So we're just setting up now for the prize giving. These are the standings for the teams. We've still got the freestyle to go. France 14 points, Sweden in second 39, Germany in third 43, Great Britain maintained fourth place with 46. So it's all to play for in the freestyle. France well and truly out in the lead. It's going to take a lot to catch up with them. So join us in just a few moments' time for the prize giving, where we'll see Emmelie Scholtens take the win.
Ja, dames en heren, gaan we zo de prijs uitreiken. De nummers 1 tot en met 3 krijgen we binnen. De nummers 1 tot en met 3 in deze luxe prijs, de FEI Dressage Nations Cup of the Netherlands. We kijken naar de Grand Prix Special. Na die prijsuitreiking, dames en heren, blijft u zitten, want we krijgen hier een fantastische modeshow. Een modeshow hier in de piste. Fantastische producten, fantastische mode en natuurlijk allemaal geënt op de paardensport. Dus blijft u zitten. Straks die modeshow na de prijsuitreiking.
Presentation coming up for the Lux Effects Prize, the Grand Prix Special, of course, leading into the final stage with the freestyle this evening of that FEI Dressage Nations Cup, with the conclusion of that the competition over the last few days as that builds to the final stages. But a very good result here individually for the Netherlands.
Ja, we krijgen straks op die eerste plaats, we krijgen daar binnen Emmelie Scholtens. Zij is de winnares in deze Grand Prix Special. En dan komen ze binnen.
welcome back to the prize giving for this CHIO Grand Prix Special Dressage Nations Cup of the Netherlands here in Rotterdam. Our winner choosing to come in on foot. Two horses, one in second is Serratorius Rima ZIFC of Pauline Basquin and Indigro ridden by Andrew Gould. A home win though for Emmelie Scholtens and Indian Rock.
De nummers 1, 2 en 3 in deze FEI Grand Prix Special to Music, aangeboden door Luxaflex. Een score van 75,575. 3 weken geleden schudde haar kniebanden. Hier is ze aanwezig zonder haar paard.
So we celebrate our winner. It is Emmelie Scholtens and Indian Rock for the Netherlands. 75.575, a fantastic test from this wonderful combination. This horse, just 11 years old, was part of the Dutch team out at the World Championships in Herning last year. Made it through into the finals where they finished 14th in the Grand Prix freestyle. Such an exciting prospect. Emmelie is such a pro. She rides so many horses from young horse level right the way through to Grand Prix. So a wonderful home win there for Emmelie Scholtens and Indian Rock. Receiving her prizes now.
And thank you, Luxaflex, as they present to our winning rider, Emmelie Scholtens, and the upcoming 10-year-old Indian Rock with a fantastic score of 75.575. And also 12 combinations in second and third.
En namens het bestuur, dames en heren, het trotse bestuur. Ik kan het niet vaak genoeg zeggen, dat kun je trots zijn.
And in second place it is for France, Pauline Basquin and Serratorius Rima ZIFC. They scored 73.486 and it was a personal best score and enough to put them into second. France really dominating this competition, well and truly in the lead for the Nations Cup. Score 73.468%, personal best for Pauline. And then in third place it is for Great Britain, Andrew Gould and Indigro, 72.170%. A lovely 10-year-old.
Great Britain.
Such an exciting horse. Great result for these three.
En dan gaan we met de nummers 2 en 3 naar de ereronde. En natuurlijk...
So they're going to get ready now to do their lap of honour.
Natuurlijk ook voor de winnares voor Emmelie Scholtens.
So our winner Emmelie Scholtens and Indian Rock, 75.575. Second is Pauline Basquin and Serratorius Rima ZIFCE. There you can see our winner on foot. There's our second and third place rider, who is Andrew Gould and Indigro. Third on a score of 72.170%. So we take a short break now, but make sure you join us back at 6:30 local time, 5:30 British time, for the Grand Prix Freestyle to Music. We have another 13 combinations coming forward for the freestyle. So join us back in around 35 minutes time for all of the action here at the CHIO Rotterdam Nations Cup Grand Prix Freestyle to Music.
We gaan afscheid van ze nemen. We gaan om 6:30 verder met ons programma. Maar eerst die fantastische modeshow. Blijft u erbij hier in de Hoogvliese.
Emmelie Scholtens finishing top of the Luxaflex prize, and well done to her as we begin preparations for the conclusion of dressage here this week, and that's FEI Dressage Nations Cup.
Emmelie, 3 weken geleden ben je weer begonnen met rijden na je blessure in het bos. En dan heb je meteen dit resultaat.
Ja, het is ongelooflijk eigenlijk. Ik ben heel blij.
Mooi, fantastisch. Emmelie is blij, dames en heren. Woorden komen bijna tekort. Super gedaan. Ja, geeft u er nog eens een applaus. Ja, dames en heren, over 2 minuten gaan we beginnen met die modeshow. We krijgen prachtige mode hier binnen, hier in het Kralingse Bos, hier bij het CAO Rotterdam. En La Mancia Couture van Avia collectie van To Fit Horses, Kitty Equestrian en werken als een paard. Zo kom je binnen, dames en heren, het eerste model namens Equestrian Staal en La Mancia Couture. Equestrian Staal, onderdeel van La Mancia Couture en Horses and Lifestyle. La Mancia Couture gespecialiseerd in maatwerk wedstrijdjassen die u naar eigen wens kunt samenstellen. Daarnaast heeft Equestrian Staal de grootste Cavalleria Toscana collectie van Nederland. En dames en heren, hier in de piste geeft u dus een applaus. Kira. Kira draagt een pastelgroene Cavalleria Toscana rijbroek met een hoge band en full grip. En daarbij draagt Kira een bijpassend t-shirt met het Cavalleria Toscana logo en een bijpassende sweater en cap. En dames en heren, deze outfit verkrijgbaar in verschillende kleuren pasteltinten hier in het Stroodorp. Kira. We gaan naar de volgende, naar Evia. Luxe Evia collectie kledinglijn is net zo onderscheidend en elegant als de Evia zadels. En de Evia collectie, dames en heren, onderscheidt zich in de beste technische materialen, tijdloze designs die zowel te paard als casual gedragen kunnen worden. Naast de huidige collectie kunt u bij Evia ook terecht voor speciaal maatwerk. Juliette draagt een navy-blauwe high-waisted rijbroek met een blauwe blouse met roze accenten. De blouses zijn zowel met knoopjes als met ritjes verkrijgbaar in verschillende kleuren. Hélène draagt een zwarte trackpants met grijze Swarovski details langs de bies. En die is gecombineerd met een zwart-grijze blouse die zowel als blouse of jasje gedragen kan worden. Onder de blouse draagt Hélène een sportieve mouwloze top. Ook deze set verkrijgbaar in meerdere kleurencombinaties. Evia. En dames en heren, we gaan naar de volgende, naar de derde groep alweer. To Fit Horses. Al 10 jaar het bedrijf op het gebied van de optimale verbinding tussen ruiter en paard. En het doel is er om voor te zorgen dat je paard kan bewegen zonder overcompensatie. Daarom ontwikkelde Too Fit Horses een zeer diverse hoofdstellenlijn met verschillende type kopstukken en neusriemen. Zodat een paard zelf kan kiezen wat optimaal is voor hem of haar. Vandaag presenteren Karin en Eva hier hoofdstellen met verschillende modieuze kleuren. Want naast je paard bepaalt wat voor type hoofdstel die wil. Mag je zelf kiezen uit 18 verschillende kleuren. 18 verschillende kleuren stiksels en 25 verschillende Swarovski-stenen. Om een goede kijk te krijgen nodigen wij u graag uit in de stand. In de stand hier in het Stroodorp, dan kunt u de producten van dichtbij zelf zien. En Too Fit Horses, dames en heren, tijdens het CAIO ook de actie om de halsers en singles aan te schaffen met een korting van 30%. Too Fit Horses. Dames en heren, we gaan naar Gitty Equestrian. En u ziet het, voor de mooiste customized rijlazen moet je bij Gitty Equestrian zijn. Gitty komt graag bij jou op locatie om de customized P3 rijlazen aan te meten. Komen gewoon bij u thuis. Dat doet ze door heel Nederland en België. En naast haar rijlazen neemt Gitty ook een taartje of een fles wijn mee. En misschien zelf een taartje en een fles wijn. Kom gezellig langs bij haar stand voor een glaasje cava en leuke aanbiedingen. In de stand vindt u ook Sisi Horse Design. Zij verkoopt handgemaakte frontriemen, hoofdstellen en ruitersportartikelen met Swarovski kristal. Alles naar wens samen te stellen. Gitty loopt zelf model en heeft in haar hand de Significant laars in brush black met roosgouden Swarovski details. In haar andere hand heeft zij de Rome laars in blauw croco lak. Het hoofdstel dat ze draagt is de Sisi Amazing Shining Star in Swarovski blauw. Gitty Design. We werken als een paard, dames en heren. We hoorden het al eerder vandaag bij de cheque die we overhandigden, de 1100 cheque die we al overhandigd hebben. Werken als paard zet zich in voor kinderen die een steuntje in de rug kunnen gebruiken. Met diverse maatschappelijke projecten willen ze voor veel kinderen een verschil maken en ze kansen bieden die voor deze kinderen niet vanzelfsprekend zijn. Elke schooldag die voor deze kinderen worden in Rotterdam meerdere werken als een paard lessen of excursies georganiseerd. Maar ook tijdens de schoolvakantie vinden er excursies plaats. In alle projecten van Werk als een paard zit een rode lijn. Namelijk de wereld van kinderen vergroten en ze zelf hun plek in deze wereld laten ontdekken. Want in welke situatie je ook zit, als je werkt als een paard, kun je veel bereiken. Hier in de piste loopt de jonge ambassadeur Raswant. Hij wil graag modeontwerper worden. In het Rotterdam Stadion loopt hij met tassen die gemaakt zijn bij Platform 104. Platform 104, een compact warenhuis in Rotterdam met producten van Nederlandse bodem. De artikelen die op het CAIO Rotterdam te koop zijn, zijn gemaakt van gerecyclede stoffen en materialen. En de gehele opbrengst van de verkoop gaat naar werken als een paard. Dames en heren, wat een fantastisch doel, wat een fantastische organisatie. Geef dus een applaus. Werken als een paard. En natuurlijk met jonge ambassadeur restaurant en hij wil modeontwerper worden. Nou, ik zie het zo helemaal voor me. Gaat zeker lukken. Dank, dames en heren. U kunt al de producten terugvinden in het Stroodorp. Dank aan al onze modellen. Weer een mooi onderdeel hier bij het CAIO Rotterdam. We beginnen aan de Rotterdam Topsportprijs. We gaan naar de FEI Grand Prix Freestyle. De FEI Dressage Nations Cup of the Netherlands. Over 10 minuten, eerste combinatie binnen.
A few moments away as our judges make their way out to begin this FEI Dressage Nations Cup of the Netherlands, the Rotterdam Top Sport Prize and the freestyle section. France in tremendous form in the early stages of this week in the Grand Prix section. Now we turn to the final section with the freestyle, with Belgium, Great Britain, USA, Netherlands and Sweden. France all to feature in this. We've already seen the Grand Prix with Emmelie Scholtens, the best individual score there as well. So coming up at 6:30 will be the first of the tests for the music element of the competition, of course marked with the technical marks and the artistic marks, the interpretation of the music, the choreography, all taken into account here. This brings the dancing horses back to Rotterdam, and so this is where they work in harmony. That will play into their marks, and of course also we enjoy the music part of this too.
Prachtig onderdeel, dames en heren, altijd die freestyle, de FEI Dressage Nations Cup of the Netherlands. Onze juryleden, onze 5 juryleden, en we gaan ze straks aan u voorstellen. We beoordelen de combinaties op het technische gedeelte en het artistieke gedeelte. Dat wordt beoordeeld en het eindresultaat gaan we straks met u delen. Mooie avond hier in het Kralingse Bos. Prachtige temperatuur, prachtig weer. Het wordt genieten bij CAO Rotterdam.
Judges set to take position. The judges this order this time around, with our 5 judges to come. And Judge E, Ulrike Nivelle of Germany. And H, Raphael Seller of France. And M is Mariano Colliander of Finland. Isabel Wessels of Great Britain. And B, and at C, the president of the jury is Edward de Wolf van Rusterode, at the judge for the Netherlands, at C in the president's position.
En dames en heren, onze juryleden bij de letter C. En de voorzitter van de jury uit Nederland, de heer Eddy de Wolf van Westerrode. Bij E uit Duitsland, jurylid bij E, Ulrike Nivelle, Duitsland. Bij H uit Frankrijk, de heer Raphael Salé. Met de letter M uit Finland, mevrouw Maria Colliander. En het jurylid bij de letter B uit Groot-Brittannië, Isabel Wessels. 5 juryleden. Ze gaan de 13 combinaties beoordelen.
Hello and a warm welcome back to this leg 4 of 6 of the Grand Prix Freestyle CDIO Nations Cup. And this time, as I said, it is the turn of the freestyle. We have just seen the Grand Prix special where we saw Emmelie Scholtens and Indian Rock take the win with 75.575. Pauline Basquin was second for France on 73.468%. And Andrew Gould was third for Great Britain on 72.170%. Still all to play for in this freestyle competition. We have 13 horse and rider combinations to come forward. Unfortunately, we've had 2 withdrawals, both from the Dutch team. Hans-Peter Minderhund and Marleen Borlen have both withdrawn, which means that the Netherlands will be last in the Nations Cup. They cannot complete with 2 withdrawals. So France still out in the lead. They've got 14 points. Germany in second with 39. Sweden in third with 43. And very close behind is Great Britain with 46 points. So most countries have got 2 riders left to compete in this freestyle final. There we can see the current standings of the teams. So France way out in the lead, surely fairly untouchable there, but quite close between Sweden, Germany and Great Britain. Just 7 points between the 2 of them. And then 5th Belgium, United States of America, they're in 6th. You can see Netherlands with 47 points, but as I said, 2 have withdrawn. Here you can see the start list